and thank you so much for joining me back here. Today we're going to do a tag video. I'm probably going to do a lot of tag videos. I have some pre-recording to do coming up. So if you see this get up a couple times, that's why. Today we're going to do the Book Aquiring Tag, I think is the name of it. So I saw it over on David Wiley's channel, I think is the name of his channel. He's great, so if you haven't already, go check him out. I will link him down below. We're going to get into it. It's a quick tag. I think there's only 10 or 11 questions. And the only time I've ever seen the questions are when I watched his video, so I don't know a lot about them. All right, let's just jump into it. Question number one, do you plan to buy ahead or do you purchase on impulse? I would say a bit of both. I have gotten a lot better at just randomly buying books. I've kind of wanted to transition my bookshelf to books that I actually love and want reflected as my reading taste. So I typically read a lot digitally on my phone. And then if I really like a book and I want it for my collection, I will buy the book then. That being said, there are a few books here lately that I have bought that were kind of impulse buys. I bought Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I bought the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson because I thought I would like it. The Lies of Locke Lamora. Who is it? Scott? Something Scott. So I do occasionally impulse buy, but I've gotten a lot better at intentionally buying books. Question number two, I kind of already answered. How do you decide what books to buy? I kind of just mentioned that I read them on my phone, Libby, Scribd, sometimes Kindle. If I think I'll actually enjoy them, I'll buy it, but typically Libby or Scribd. And if I really love it, then I'll buy it. Question number three is kind of a wonky one for me, I guess. What is your philosophy on where you shop? Online versus in person, large versus small, physical, digital, or audio, new versus used, etc. I don't really have one. If I buy, I guess I want it to be physical because I want it for my shelf. Although I do buy some Kindle copies of books and ebooks occasionally as well. So if I buy, I guess I want it to be a physical book. In terms of in person or online, whichever one I can get the best price for. I'm a big money pincher, I guess. I do a lot of my book shopping secondhand, Second and Charles, one of my favorite places to go. So I usually try to get them on bargain, discounted somehow. Sometimes Amazon has a better price though, so it just depends. Question number four, what about little free libraries? What do you think about them? Have you used one? Why or why not? I love them. I think they're great. We have a couple around my town, but I have never actually used them. I always stop and look and see what's in them. I don't use them because they usually don't have the types of books that I'm looking for. At least in my town, a lot of them seem to have children's books, which is great, awesome. But you know, I'm not really in the market for those, so I don't really use them, but I think they're great. Leave one, get one, awesome. I think it's a cool concept. Question number five, how do you feel after acquiring a book? Do you share, like in a book haul or a diary? First of all, I feel great after acquiring a book. I love buying books. Who doesn't? Kind of gives me a little shopping high a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I do feel good when acquiring books. In terms of do I share? Yes, typically here on my channel, I will share like a haul type video. Been doing less of those lately, again, because I've been buying less lately, but I do typically do a video dedicated to the haul. All right, question number six, how do you feel looking at your books that haven't been read? Does it matter if it is currently a lot or a little amount? It depends. Sometimes I feel excited. If it's one I think I'm going to get to soon, I'll feel excited. There are a few on my shelf right now that I know I want to get to like pretty soon. So I'm kind of excited when I look at those. Otherwise though, I have a whole shelf dedicated to my TBR. I recently made a video of all the books on that shelf. Sometimes I look at it and feel a little discouraged because a lot of them have been on there for too long. So either happy because I'm excited to get to it or kind of discouraged. It goes either way. Question number seven, this book I feel is, or this tag I feel like is attacking me. Question number seven, how do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? There isn't, I guess is my answer. I don't know that there is a right amount. It's kind of just like a amount. My shelf used to be way too much, and it's not necessarily the amount of books, it's those books themselves. So I used to have two shelves dedicated to my TBR, and I did a huge unhaul. I also did a video on that, but I did a huge unhaul getting rid of the books that I knew I probably wouldn't read. So it's not really the number itself, it's am I really going to read those books? Am I going to take the time to sit down and read them to me? Question number 8, do you have a TBR game or process for reading them? No, kind of. I'm definitely a mood reader. When I first started my channel, I used to make TBRs and kind of set out what I wanted to read each month. Does not work for me. I get discouraged. I find myself bored. I get into reading slumps a lot more easily. TBRs are not for me. I definitely have kind of a running list in my head of things I would maybe like to get to soon because I'm just in that mood type thing. But again, I have to be in the mood for them. So it's kind of just what I'm in the mood for. All right, question number 9. Do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it? And can it be adjusted? I used to. I used to have a big book buying problem. My problem was I would buy books if they were on bargain and I knew I wanted to get to them eventually. To the point where I have the second half of the Throne of Glass series, but not the first 3 because I knew I would want to get to them eventually. They were on bargain and I was like, I know I want to read that series. I'm going to go ahead and buy them. Same thing with Emma and the Ashes. Ellie's back there if you hear her. Same thing with Game of Thrones. I have 3 of the Game of Thrones books on my shelf. Don't even know if they're the first 3 or not. I just know I have 3 of them. Yeah, if a book was on bargain and I knew I had some kind of interest in the book or the series, I would go ahead and buy it. Bad habit to have because I ended up buying a lot of books that I outgrew because I never read them in time. Again, I unhauled a lot of those that I bought maybe years before on an impulse bargain buy, and then time came around. I'm a lot older now than when I bought those books and my interests have just changed. So yes, I did used to have a problem. How did I manage it? I stopped. Kind of what I mentioned earlier, I stopped buying books unless I actually wanted them for my shelf. I read them digitally first. If I like them, then I buy them. That's how I fixed it. Question number 10 is kind of our last question. It's the tag question. If you want to do this tag, do it. Again, I saw this over on David's channel. Be sure to go check out his channel. If you do this tag, how childish am I? I have 2 children. And still laughing at doo-doo jokes. If you do this tag, be sure to let me know down below and I will come check it out. Otherwise, there is one more. Number 11, no, you are awesome just as you are. Being a book lover is amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. You guys are awesome. I am so thankful for you. Thanks for tuning in every time I post a video and watching. I know I say that in every video that you guys are awesome and I'm thankful for you, but I say it in every video because I mean it and it's true. I'm thankful for you. And we'll meet back here next time, guys. See ya!